Hello everyone. So I wanted to introduce you to my new plants. This is my plant haul for today. I went to Lowe's and Home Depot. I didn't plan on buying anything, but the first thing I saw was this. It is a Echeveria Fireglow, and I was really attracted to this plant because I have an Echeveria Fireglow that I've had for a number of years, and they look very different. So this is my older Echeveria Fireglow. It is 2 years and 3 months old compared to this particular Echeveria Fireglow that I just found at Lowe's. I was attracted to it for a number of reasons, one of which is the size of this plant, the number of flowers it's going to have. It was the only one of its kind at this Lowe's. And then I knew I already had a Fireglow. Now I have struggled with this plant, getting it to grow, getting it to thrive. You can see that it's at really highly stressed colors under these plant lights in my plant room. At one point in time it had powdery mildew that I had to treat and baby it through that. But I'm hoping that maybe I learned something and this one won't be so hard to grow. I had at one point said never another Echeveria, but you know, I'm willing to experiment with this. This is an attractive plant. Hopefully I can have it for as long as this one. Hopefully it will grow and thrive. The other Echeveria I bought is this one. This will be the fourth one of these that I have bought. I have never grown them successfully. They've all died for one reason or another, but I saw this today and I decided that I would try again. This is definitely a wish list plant of mine. I'm not certain how it's going to do, but I'm really excited to try. I don't normally like to buy these plants in decorative planters. This planter is ceramic. It doesn't have a drainage hole. I mean, I'm gonna have to repot it in another planter for it to do well. It is an Echeveria, and in my experience it's a temperamental Echeveria, maybe just for me, but yeah, so I don't think it's gonna like this pot. This was $10. I think it was worth it for the experience, and hopefully maybe a success this time. I'm not sure what this plant is. I don't think that it tells me what it is, but it looks like it's either, it looks like a Haworthia or even a Haworthia hybrid of some sort. It is so pretty. The leaves on this thing are fat, could be a gastraloe. It is so cute. They had several of these. Once again, it's in a decorative pot without drainage holes, so I'm gonna need to repot this today. This was $12. It doesn't, the same way it doesn't tell me what it is. I don't really care about the pot, but I really was interested in this plant. This same series had other plants in it as well, some of which I really liked. There was a bigger, not one of these, but it was another type of Haworthia hybrid with really dark green leaves. It was beautiful, very textured and bumpy, but it was $20. And one of the things that I do now when I go into some of these stores is, unless I'm going to specifically buy soil or pots or something like that, I don't pick up a cart. So I got this plant, this plant, and this plant. And that was really about as much as I could carry. Anything else I wouldn't be able to carry it out of the store. This was $5. I know that it's a type of Sansevieria. It looks very much a variegated type. So I was very interested in this, which is why I bought it. Yeah, it's in a nursery pot already, so technically I wouldn't have to repot it, but I'm going to. I always repot my plants. That's something that I always do. Some people don't recommend immediately repotting it. I really always do it, so that's what I'm going to do today. So, I did manage to get the plant out of the pot, but I was very irritated to find out that they had glued rocks on top of it. I had to be really careful because they're sharp, and I was a little bit afraid I wasn't going to be able to get them out. To me, this pot is pretty useless. It doesn't have drainage holes, but it's hard for me to throw anything away. So I may keep it, or I may throw it away. The whole point was the plant, which I did manage to get out of the pot. It looks pretty dry, so I'm going to repot it, and I don't feel any moisture in here, except maybe a very tiny bit at the bottom. I'm probably going to put it in a pot, and I'm going to water it in. So today will be not only its welcome home day, but its first watering from me. Okay, so the plant is potted up, and it's in its new home for now. I might move it to a different spot, but here we go. The next two plants are going to go in my gritty mix, which is a mixture of rock, coco coir, and then what was left over of my potting soil perlite mix. Just to mix that all together, put that in a pot, and they should be good with that. My next two is my Sansevieria. I've already got a Sansevieria francisii in a similar mix, and it's doing very well. And then it's this hybrid Alworthia / whatever it is. This should do well in this mix as well. Only other Haworthia and Aloe and Gasteria are in this mix, so I expect good results with this for these. I don't want it to be too organic. I want it to be, slightly, but with a lot more grit. And that's what I've done. I wanted to show you the roots on the Sansevieria. I just think this is so beautiful. It's a little bit dry, so I'm gonna have to be very careful in taking some of this off. But I just wanted to show this, how absolutely gorgeous this is. The soil was slightly damp and came off pretty well. So I just kind of wanted to show you that before I potted it up. How just beautiful and lattice-like these roots are. I have it potted up and top dressed. Now I just need to find a place to put it. I think I'll put it up with my other Sansevieria, but I also want to be very cognizant of the fact that it has a lot of variegation, and it might need a slight bit more light than my existing one is. So I'll think about where it's going to go. The last plant in my plant haul is this one. I tried to do a identification through the plant app, but it came up with some weird results. So the best that I can determine that this is a type of aloe hybrid of some sort. I absolutely love it. It's just the prettiest thing, and it's so big. I'll give you an idea of how big these leaves are, and they're fat, so it's really well watered. So let me try to get this out of this pot, and we'll get a look at what the roots are. Well, the one thing I can say is that these roots definitely look like aloe roots to me. So I'm gonna really go along with this is probably a type of aloe hybrid. Absolutely love it. I managed to get a lot of the soil off. We're gonna go ahead and pop it up into this pot. That looks to me to be about the right size. And then we'll come back in a minute. Here it is all potted up and ready to be put in place. I'm going to try to put it up with my other aloes. That means that I can water it tomorrow and do it on a weekly schedule with my other aloes. I think that should do fine with this. It's so adorable. It was such a good find. So that is the end of my plant haul. I want to thank you all for watching, and have a good rest of your day.